Well, you want to hear a really sad story? And hopefully it has a good ending, but you'll have to follow along with me on this journey and see how it ends, because I don't know myself. So I found out in January, ironically the month that I was born, that I have a very deadly, very aggressive cancer. And it's called cholangiocarcinoma. It's also known as bile duct cancer. And I found this out when I was starting a new chapter in my life. I've been a caregiver for 22 years for my youngest son who has cerebral palsy. He's 22, so I've been his caregiver pretty much since birth. And my husband has always been the breadwinner. I worked outside the home a little bit, here and there as a transcriptionist or, from home. Also worked as a, what is it called? A specimen collector, at a drug testing company. But anyway, my husband is in construction, and he needs to have back surgery. So every time he would get caught up with the finances, clumsy me, would need to go and have surgery of some sort. This is my port. This is where they put the chemo. But that right there, and a few other, I don't know if you can see them or not, but anyway, there's some other scars. But I had rotator cuff surgery. That's one of the main ones. But I had a complete torn rotator cuff and bicep tendon repair. December 21st of 2017. And then after that, I broke my hand. I've been swinging myself with this rope. But I broke my hand. I don't know if you can see the scars, but I've got 6 anchors in my hand. But I must have to start this over or piece it together, but I accidentally jumped out of that. But I pulled on something too hard, and it caused a spiral fracture. But anyway, long story short, I was told it was operable, and then I'm told first they did a brushing biopsy. Let me just back up. So when I was in training for flight attendant school, I don't know if I got to that part, but I went away to flight attendant school. I was at Salt Lake City, Utah. I was 2 weeks into the training program, and I started getting really sick. I noticed I didn't have a whole lot of an appetite, but my urine, this is gross, but it got really dark, like I was dehydrated. And I noticed that my output wasn't as much as what I was putting in. So I told my husband, I said, I think something's wrong. I started itching really bad. Sorry guys, my hands shake a lot because of my chemo. But anyway, so I started throwing up blood, and I didn't want to come home. I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? And so I gave it another day. Even though I started throwing up, I went into class that morning. I threw up as soon as I got out of bed. And I could not digest my food. I knew that was what was going on. It was like nothing's moving in my stomach. So I went to class, and the next day, I still felt bad, and I went on to class, and we had a whole lot to do that day, and so and we'd already done a lot, and I got back to the classroom, and I saw we had more on the board to do, and it was physical stuff like opening emergency doors, and we had to take over the window, the emergency window, like you'd sit. The plane that we would work on, the mock plane, the company I was going to work for is a regional, and so they're smaller planes. And so we had also learned how to open the emergency hatch. And so, you're sitting in a seat, and right beside you is a window, and you have to move this little compartment, and then you take with both hands the door, the window and you pull it over yourself and you sit it beside you on the floor, or the seat beside you, sorry. And I mean, it's heavy, and we've done that several times. So plus our workshop's really far away from our class.